Action.
Welcome back to Coming This Summer.
Well, let me sit down first.
It's exciting.
God damn, yeah, you
Exciting.
are. You can see we're doing Garfield again because we
We're
didn't
getting
have
a
JJ
different
with us.
perspective.
So.
Yeah, like JJ's been with us behind the scenes now for a couple months. We haven't had a chance to really get him on board, but he's here now. And
He's here. So you think Garfield is a decent movie?
I think it's a really.
Let's
But
preface this by saying if we check out the review that we got early last month, and it was I gave it like a 4. I think you gave it like a 3.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head.
We weren't
out of 10.
We weren't
Yeah.
The
positive.
look he's
on
giving
it.
me, he's like, oh.
We were
No,
not.
Like that's like where my criteria is. Like it's like a 3.5 out of 10.
Oh, that's where you're at with it?
Yeah, I'm actually.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. It looks like you slept on it.
Okay. Huh.
So, we do the second opinion sometimes because some people like to give us crap.
And it's opening weekend.
And it's opening weekend, and we
It's
got
about
to
to
see
come
it
out,
last
so-
month, so
Right.
it
Yeah.
might as well.
Yeah.
So,
Cash in.
So, dang, okay. Because when we were talking, you were like, oh, why did you think it was bad? I didn't think
Like-
it was so bad. And now you're
3.5.
Like here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. Like I love the plot that it had.
Yeah, you were
Like, it
mentioning
was
he
like-
liked the Garfield getting an origin story.
I like the Garfield origin story, but what I didn't really like was the voice, Chris Pratt's voice as Garfield.
Yeah.
Like
People think we're just being dicks to be dicks.
no, I mean like I'm so used to like the OG Garfield
The
voice.
Garfield
and
voice.
that-
Yeah.
That's the
'Cause
problem with the movie.
That's,
above all
by
else.
the way, that's Frank Welker, or the dude who voices Optimus Prime, also did
Oh,
Garfield.
that's right. Yeah.
And, like the cartoon stuff.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Look it
that
up.
up.
Google it. We got 3 people on here. I can look it up.
I was gonna say, I figured you'll put the correction in the video.
Yeah. Oh,
Post it,
yeah.
right?
I
If it's
can't
wrong.
correct myself. I have to be right now. Come on now.
See, I had a problem. I know we were talking off camera. I think the Garfield father origin story actually cheapens John as a character. And you were saying you actually thought it made John a stronger
Look, ready?
character.
Garfield and Friends, Garfield Show, all this Scooby-Doo stuff, Frank Welker, baby. Optimus Prime was Garfield. Now, you bring him in for Michael Bay Transformers, but you can't bring him in for Sony Garfield animated movie.
Because Chris Pratt, he's been Hansel for the last 5 years.
know.
He's hot right now.
But it's Frank Welker. Everyone knows
I'm
that
not
voice,
disagreeing
too.
with you.
How much better would this movie have been if it was real Garfield voice?
I would have.
Come
I
on
told
now.
you, bringing Bill Murray in, the publicity stunt that would have
Cinnamon apple in the morning smells like victory.
and to bring him back after he crapped on the live action movies to still have him come back and do the voice.
Yeah.
Is all the marketing you would have
would've worked.
needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Just bring back that dude who played John in those movies.
What's his name? He had a
I have
run
no
there in
idea.
the late
Yeah.
90s, early.
No idea what
totally
his
space.
name
Yeah,
is. He's gone. He's
still doing Garfield's
He's left
face
to
to do.
Hollywood. Yeah. It's like I'm cashing in on Tale of Two Kitties, getting
Ugh.
those checks.
What is it? When the devil's a Garfield?
Yeah.
I can't even. No, yeah.
So back to you, JJ. What was your favorite part about this movie?
My favorite part about this movie, well,
Let me stop you right there.
I'm gonna let you finish.
That's a trick question.
That is a trick question.
You're supposed to
I
say.
Well,
I'm gonna stop you.
there's
right
no
there.
moments in that movie where I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be like movie of the year.
Yeah.
But there were like,
What about like not having Normal as the bad guy
See,
instead of some
Normal
random
would've-
new character that they decided to
see,
create?
Normal would have made more sense because
Where's Normal? Yeah.
Yeah, where's Normal?
Yeah, Normal. Like Garfield hated Normal.
That's like a character. That's a
his
staple
rival.
character. It's a
Yes.
it's
That's
a-
his Green Goblin.
Exactly. But they brought in like this this cat named Jinx. Her name was Jinx.
Yeah.
Jinx. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is from nothing. Like,
Exactly. Like she's a whole
Brand new character. Like same with the dad.
And what did you think about Samuel Jackson? To me, felt like he was super phoning that in.
This is gonna be fun.
Like he was recording those lines while he was filming Secret Invasion, which he also didn't like doing. So he was just like,
Now I've thought about this.
Dang, I didn't even think about that.
They might have told him to match what Chris Pratt is doing because they're like
'Cause they're
father
supposed to
son.
be
They're like
bored
related.
cats
so, like,
and-
try to be
okay,
like-
I didn't
You
think
know what
about
I mean?
that.
Like
So it's like,
that makes
hear how bad
good
he's
sense.
doing, do it that bad.
Samuel Jackson's really good.
That's
Because
what I'm
like
saying.
we know the Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
You
that,
can do
like-
better.
Yes,
you can
for
do better.
sure.
You have it in
He
you.
plays
yeah.
an overtop version of himself in one of my favorite animated movies of all time, Turbo. With
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds.
And he's great in
And
that.
he's great in that.
Yeah, as a voice actor.
Yeah, as a voice actor. So
What
I'm
the
like,
heck?
why can't he not
Like, come on
be a
now.
cat? He
Like,
can be a
Samuel L. Jackson is like one of the goats in voice acting. I mean,
Yeah.
my prime example, one of my favorite games, San Andreas. He plays the bad guy Tenpenny.
This is drug money.
I didn't even know
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So he's been
The
voice
knowledge we're
acting
bringing.
for, I had no idea he was in a video game at all.
Yeah.
I agree with you where like there were some fun scenes. Like
Yeah,
the
for
factory
sure.
scene looked fun, where they're like flying all over the cheese and stuff.
I thought
like
the first 10 minutes
in the
had
opening
the
scene.
heart of Garfield,
Yep.
and then the tree scene with the scratching off.
Yeah.
Made you a little misty eye a little
Yeah,
bit.
that
little
was,
bit.
that was a little sentimental right
And
there.
then
little
it goes
bit,
like, hey, let's
yeah.
repeat the middle again. Let's do the same rescue mission again, where I get launched from the tree into the train.
Well, they
into
got
the-
it. Classic kids movie fashion. The climax has to come together by using everything we learned on the journey along the
Plus,
way.
it saves money on
Animation.
rigging.
Also, we can just do the same thing on a different background.
Different colors and
yeah,
different background.
Yeah, so it's like, but that's classic kids movie.
It is.
Like,
You're right.
got to use all the MacGuffins that we got along the way to help save the day or whatever. So
Yeah, what's his name? Who basically is playing his Mission Impossible role.
Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames.
Yes.
He was probably my favorite in the movie because he was just like he's filming Mission Impossible almost while he's doing the voice. You know what I mean? Like we'll just take lines from Mission
he's
Impossible.
like Tom Cruise dies and it's like 20 years ahead when Ving Rhames is like old, and that's the character we got in this. He's like, I got to train
Like retired.
I got to
Yeah.
train the young buck. This is the Creed of Garfield
Oh my God.
movies.
Wait, who did Ben Rames play in Garfield?
He's the bull.
He's
Oh, he's
like
the
the
cow
ox
or
or
the
whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
The one who's in love with the cow.
Yeah.
So the second he shows up is a fucking fourth main character for the rest of the movie. Like, what?
That's the thing. It's
a
a
random
Garfield
ass bull.
movie, and it's like Garfield's third fiddle
Yeah.
in his own
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, he's not
Like,
front
I feel
and center.
like he, like Garfield, wasn't shining as much in his own movie.
Yeah, that's that, and again,
Right
Chris
there,
Pratt
yeah.
making it like someone had a gun to his head.
He said in an interview, it's like, oh, Garfield's just my voice if I was about to yawn. Like, that's the amount of effort.
That's
and then I was telling him, I'm like, they probably called him at 4 o'clock in the morning, rolled out of bed, and had him record some lines. Because
Yikes.
that's the energy you need when you're playing Garfield, but it just wasn't. It's like,
It's
you
not-
still got to do a voice.
Right, and it's not genuine. Coming from a person who's a character actor, as far as like superheroes and like goofy over the top guys, that's a wrong casting. I don't care if he's got the range to do it. Your brain is instantly going to go, that's not right.
Yeah.
That's not how Chris Pratt sounds.
Which he was fine in Onward,
Right, but then he's like kind of playing a weird Chris Pratt.
yeah,
Even Mario works better because he's
right.
excited and goofy.
Lego
and,
movie.
Right. Lego
Yeah.
movie, he's playing himself. That's what
Yep.
I'm saying. Like Garfield is nowhere near Chris Pratt. So why are you casting? You know what I mean?
No, that's
Just why I submit Frank Welker to the table.
I agree, but I mean, like, if you're gonna go the Hollywood route, there's even like younger people, like Jeremy Allen White from the Bear and from Shameless,
Oh, yeah.
who looks like Willy Wonka.
Okay.
Actually, he has like a very monotone, naturally monotone. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you could just find somebody that doesn't emote, and I don't know. I just feel like it's just that it ruined the movie. It
But
really
the
did. It ruined the
casting,
movie.
like for Garfield, could have been way better.
Way better.
Anyone would have been better.
Anyone.
Literally,
Anyone.
any of us right now at this table could have done a better job than Chris Pratt doing Garfield.
Yeah, that's what's really
Like,
sad.
Literally,
Yeah.
it's rough. What's your number out of 10? You said three
You
and a
think
half.
3.5?
Are you sticking with that?
3.5.
Is that the number that's about to fly on the screen?
Wow.
Like if I were going to watch that movie with my like nieces and nephews, then I would.
See,
like,
I think we're all in that same boat. Like they made it way. I mean, it's for kids, but it's like there's no nostalgia for adults. There's no,
No.
like, hey, did you watch this when you were a kid? Well, too bad. You're not going
It's
to
like, but
recognize
there's
anything.
clearly adult Garfield fans.
Right, that's
You
why I
know
don't
what mean?
understand
Like,
either. They didn't make it. There's no like nods to, hey, remember when like, come on.
Remember
It's
this?
been on for 20 years.
Yeah,
30
remember the
years?
clown from the cartoon from the 80s? Yeah, they didn't.
They didn't remember Normal. So
Normal shows up at the end.
At the very
There's like
end.
At the very
a
end for,
cat
like,
that looks
2
like
seconds.
I don't think he has any lines.
No.
like, what is that about?
Yeah, and we
None.
didn't get Arlene, the babe cat. You know?
You got nothing.
Oh, we didn't get
See,
Arlene.
now it's unraveling. It's going to go lower. That's what I'm
Oh
saying.
my God.
Come
That's what I'm
on,
saying.
bro. Come on. Are all the neighborhood cats who have been the same for 30 years
Yeah,
or whatever?
always.
Okay, that just pissed me
See,
off.
the Bill
Yeah.
Murray,
That
the
just
Bill
pissed
Murray
me off.
movies were
Right. Like imagine if he had a love interest too that was like shaking things up, you know?
That
No,
would've been cool, too.
Not doing Garfield 2, baby.
No,
So
please
check out our initial review from last month, and see, now it's unified now.
Justified.
That's a good stand. Were we wrong? No.
No.
We got Furiosa review coming up. I know it drops this weekend.
Yeah, and if you think we're gonna be more positive on that, don't count on it.
Yeah, Ryan saw it before it came out. We still have to see
Yeah.
it. You're not high.
I gotta
on it.
see it again.
he's
maybe.
not like-
Yeah. It's way too long. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes. I went
Damn.
at 4. I got out at 7.
No, he's not kidding.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, is
I
it?
was trying to get him to the comedy club last night, and I was like, "Where are you at?" It's like still in the theater.
Yikes.
Titanic?
This is my life now. Yeah.
Yeah, I live.
This is like, I am Furiosa.
gonna say,
I'm like wiping oil on my forehead. Yeah.
On Netflix.
Now,
and
Knives
whatever,
Out
so we
was
got
just Knives Out, the first
right.
one.
And Knives Out 2 was
Glass Onion.
Glass Onion.
Yep.
All right. So now that we have an actual team here, let's
Glass
see
Onion.
who can get closest
Wow.
or get it right. So it's time to play.
It's got to be
Name
like
that
a
title.
Poirot movie, like Death on the Nile or like Haunting in Venice.
Yeah, like that type of
The
thing.
Murder on the Orient Express. Oh, I saw it. No, I didn't. How many guesses do we get? We got to have like
Let's
a
get
couple.
3 guesses.
3 guesses.
Oh, man.
I don't think you guys are getting anywhere close.
I'm probably not going to. I'm bad at guessing.
All right. Well, just hit me with. What do you think?
Like a generic movie
Nothing close to
title.
Glass Onion, by the way.
Oh,
It doesn't
nope.
pick up